Every house has a secret, and this line is so true in today's case. And the bigger is the house, the bigger that secret is. तो आज हम लोग जाने वाले हैं एक ऐसे घर में फ्रॉम 1970s इन आसाम, जो मेरा होम टाउन है. तो यहाँ पर व्हेन वी वर लिटिल राइट, हम लोग सुना करते थे कि लाइक लोग बोलते थे वहाँ पर मत जाओ, दैट यूज्ड टू बी अ वुड बंगलो. एंड सो आई मीन हम लोग जाते नहीं थे. एंड सो दिस केस you will know what really happened. And when it was first out, it was so big in the media, everyone, because I heard this from my mom, from everyone in my family. And kya hua tha? Meet the Rajkhowas. They were a family of 5. The head of the family, Mr. Upendranath Rajkhowa, he was a judge, and his wife was Putuli, and they had 3 daughters together, Nirmali, Rupali and Jonali, and they were all like in college. Koi was like already done studying, and they were very happy family outside, say like everything was perfect. People saw them and like it was very normal at the time. And then one day something strange happened. Suddenly everyone started disappearing in that family. His 3 daughter, his wife, and Mr. Upendranath was there in the house, and he just acted like everything was okay for some reason when people asked him something. And then suddenly he was gone as well. And this is the story. Hello, this is Jack, and you are watching Jack in a Box. And in today's case, हम लोग जा रहे हैं राजख्वा मर्डर में. And when the family disappeared, you know till this point. But उससे पहले की कहानी क्या हुआ था? So this was kind of strange in that family. Before that night, I mean everything seemed very normal in the family. But Upendranath, he started acting very different suddenly. क्या हुआ था? Like his mood was not the same. And there was this 3, like एक नहीं 2 3 in that bungalow that kind of bothered him. So he asked his servant ki like, nahi, it's like you have to cut the branches. And then one day he ordered his servant, no, you have to cut the tree. And in place of the tree, there used to be like this big hole. And he instructed the servants not to fill it up, because according to him, ki baad mein he will plant some flowers here before he leave this bungalow. Because Upendranath Rajkhowa, he was about to retire very soon. And so obviously the servant listened. And there's this thing. One day, his wife like saw this big gadda and literally called her servant ki like, no, fill it up. And when the servant filled it up, then Mr. Rajkhowa was very angry, very disappointed, and very much like furious. And he literally ordered the servant, no, what the hell did you do? You have to fill this bag. So uske servant, they had to fill this bag. And this was one of the instances. And then suddenly there was this other instance. Kya hua tha? Like his daughters, like the youngest 2, they don't live with him like for the moment, because they were in the city and they were pursuing bachelors. So suddenly, and they were also staying with the relatives. So kya hua tha? Upendranath, he just like called both of them one day, and he just told him that you need to come. The family disappeared, and it was kind of strange, but for the neighbors, it was strange but not abnormal, because Mr. Rajkhowa, he has already retired. So abhi they have to vacate the bungalow. And because of this, everybody probably thought that this family, they moved out someplace else. But their family, their close family, especially her brother, Mr. Badra, who was a DJP in Assam police force. So when this person, he could not get in touch with his sister and his nieces suddenly. And it was long back, so us time they did not have a mobile phone. And us time pe, since they were from like a very well-to-do family, they had this landline, and when he could not reach them on this landline, he got very worried. So Mr. Badra, he came to visit his sister at that address, and he found that वो bungalow में they don't live here anymore. अभी in that bungalow, there's another family, they live here. So he started asking people around, the neighbors, if they had seen them, like if they know anything about it, कि वो अभी कहाँ है. But it was not easy. But one of the servants told him that you will find Mr. Upendranath in a hotel in Siliguri. So this was kind of strange. He probably thought, like, why is he staying in a hotel? Like, probably. And probably he knew this, that something is very much utterly off. Mr. Badra found Upendra very easily. He was just in that hotel. And it was very strange, very unlikely. And Upendra was not happy to see him. He was not happy to see his brother-in-law. And when Badra asked him, कि मेरी बहन कहाँ पर है? Where are my nieces? Then Upendra started acting very strangely. And he told them a story that very crazy and it's very hard to believe. And he told him that his wife, Nimali, she fell down the stairs and she died. And his eldest daughter that used to stay with them, she died because she was overdosed on some medicine. And when his other two daughters, they came here, they learned that their mother and their sister were gone. They could not like Seh Sakti, so they literally jump in the river Brahmaputra and they kill themselves. And yeah, as you know, this was like obviously made up. Bajra did not believe him, obviously. It was way too strange. So he told him that you have to come to the police stations to give a statement. And Upendra said, it's okay, I will come. But give me a minute because I need to be ready, Abhi. I need to wear a shirt. He was like, okay, pehan lo. But after some time inside the bathroom, there was this loud scream. And there Bhupendranath, he literally tried to kill himself by stabbing himself in the stomach. But luckily enough, it was not that deep and Upendranath, he survived. And there was like this crazy part suddenly. When police started questioning Mr. Upendranath, it was not easy because this guy was a tough nut. And see, so what happened? The police, it became very obvious to them that he was the one who did something to his family. But what exactly? It was not that clear until they found the skeleton of his whole family buried in that bungalow, in the property. And remember that gadda? In one of the gadda that Mr. Upendranath asked his servant to make. So in one of that gadda, he buried his wife and his elder daughter. And when his other two daughters came from the city, he obviously killed them and buried them in the other gadda. See, this should be like an open and shut case. Everything is so clear, but it was not easy. We are talking about the 1970s. And abhi the technology is so advanced. We have DNA. So abhi ke time pe this would have been so much easier. But back then it was not easy. So not only the police, they had to prove that he is the one who killed them, but also they also had to prove that the skeleton, the bodies they found, it belonged to his family. Mr. Upendranath Rajkhowa, he refused to cooperate. But the court, based on whatever they had, they knew it. It became very obvious to them that this person is the cold-blooded murderer of his whole family. And so, court ne kya kiya? They literally gave him the death penalty. And जहाँ ये हुआ है ना, it's the same court जहाँ पर Upendra Nath, he used to sit as a judge. And there is another interesting fact that he is the only judge in the world who has been given the death penalty. This is the only case, और कहीं भी नहीं है. But yeah, you know, Upendra Nath, he tried to delay it, his execution. जितना भी हो, because he knew the law, so he wrote letters to President Morsi और like बहुत कुछ किया, but it failed. And on Valentine's Day, I mean, अभी का Valentine's Day was time, and it was not Valentine's Day, but on February 14th, 1976, he was finally executed in Jorhat jail. And the story of the most disturbing familial murder in India came to an end, but he never revealed anyone why he did it, exactly why. So we never know, we can only make guesses. And I have some theories as well. The number one theory is that Upendra Nath Rajkhowa, he went to Kolkata at that point, and he found out that he is not fertile. So it was not likely to him that his children, they were his. So ऐसा लोग बोलते that his wife had an affair with her driver, and all of his daughters were not his, but वो भी सभी driver का ही है. So probably Upendra Nath found out about it, and so he was in the state that he felt betrayed, so he decided that it's best for him to kill his whole family. And here's the theory number 2, because you have read Nirmali's diary's entry, right? And you know that she was in love with a man, but that man is from a different caste. So probably Upendra Nath did not like it because they were upper caste as well. So probably this is why he killed, but this is kind of unlikely. And the third reason could be that he had some kind of mental problems that was undiagnosed. So it could have been schizophrenia as well. You won't find about it, but this is what I personally believe. If it's not about him not being the father of his 3 daughters, then this him being schizophrenic is very likely. Otherwise, there's no other reason a person could do something as heinous as this. That was the Rajkhowa murders, and it's a very fascinating case. Even from a psychological point of view, it's crazy to think of. Somebody who is that close to you is capable of doing things like this. It's crazy. And the secrets that are there. So obviously, the bigger the house, the bigger the secrets, as we can see from here. And this case is very close to me because it happened in my home state, not that far from here, like 2 hours from here. And I have read this book, The Rajkhowa Murders by Nilotpal Gohaisa. I know him personally, the author. If you'd like to know more about it, you can read that book. I will definitely put a link down there. You can click on it. And thank you all for watching. And if you have any theories about it, you can probably write it in the comments. I would love to be reading it. And thank you once again. Have a good night, and I'll be coming back with more stories like this. So do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you guys.